There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 427 of Tenno Clock. I am MDRLOz. This is Xeno, and we're going to here to talk about some Warframe.
Yep. But first thing,
I click two buttons. There we go.
there you go. Emblems.
Yep.
So, yours wins.
Ultramania. I mean, that's pretty cool. I feel that's from something. If that
No,
reminds
yours
me
wins.
of like a 90s first-person shooter. That's the evil corporation in a 90s first-person shooter. Your one is.
I agree. Yours
Yeah.
still wins.
Fine.
Like, honestly, I'm like, it's getting so much harder to find emblems.
We say that. We always say that.
Yeah, no, it really is getting like, we need a big, huge content update like Plains of Eidolon, something point oh, and get all the players back, and then everyone's going to have.
You know what we need?
Clan emblem giveaway?
No.
No idea.
Scarlet Spear.
Why would Scarlet Spear fix it?
Because there'd be people doing those Scarlet Spear relays. Then we could get loads of things in there.
Yeah, but those relays fill up really fast.
I know, but over the event,
Okay.
we would probably get some more emblems, is what I mean.
Okay, fine. Right, however, if you wish to win 75 Platinum for your platform of choice, go into the description below where you'll find a link to this week's polls. There, you'll find both emblems for this week, and you can totally prove Loz right as how awesome his emblem is. And, just fill in this week's polls, and then you'll automatically be entered in for a chance to win 75 Platinum for your platform of choice. Please make sure you get your in-game name correct, put in your platform, and yeah, there you go. Bish bash bosh. Winners are chosen every 2 weeks. Next week will be the winners.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
So,
right.
Dojo Dusting?
No. I don't really have much to say with regards to Dojo Dusting. So starting to do more stuff for the supporters, doing an extended version of Arbiters and Notice Me Senpai, where the guests ask an extra question each, which is, so there's like a fifth question for them, and it's only available to the supporters, so they can go check that out. And the other thing is Machinima Looms.
Yeah, I remember the other day, I was actually going to sit down. I was asleep, trying to get sleep or something. I think I was going to ask you, why did you stop?
Why did I stop?
Squad?
Yeah. Okay, Volley Frame Squad became too difficult because I didn't think about the limitations of the game. So
really? I mean, we never actually reached the point. I know we had to make that one episode where I was going to try and animate it all, but that could have come later.
We didn't get that far.
We didn't get that far, and that could have just been alluded to and then released at a later date if needed. It didn't need to fit in the order of episodes.
No, it wasn't that. We got to the point where it was like, okay, we now have to film the bit.
Oh God, no! It was that was it. They changed defense tiles and exterminates. That was the big change, wasn't it?
They changed those. Yeah. What else did they've changed a lot of the way that the fundamental gameplays work, and it was a huge problem. Yeah. The reason why Tactical Terror League stopped was because they removed the actual tile from Captura.
Right.
So we literally couldn't record on the set anymore, and there's no other set that's like it.
Yeah. It did feel like it was a really lovely tile.
Yeah, so I want to do Tactical Terror League again, like basically take all the assets but refilm it all in a new set, and then redo it that way, and then continue it. But yeah, it just became too difficult. This time, the idea is a lot more restrained. No more crazy crap. Yeah. Any other questions you had about that?
No. But you're going to do a new one. You're going to start fresh, dump all that in the bin, sadly, and start afresh.
For now, at least, yeah. It's just on the back burner. It may never come back, but start again fresh.
I would just commit to it. Just kill it, man. Just kill it. Say that's it. There's too many. The game does not support the ability that it used to make it, so you're gonna have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
And I think you must have lost access to some of the voice actors by now.
Yes, that's also another big thing. Like, it's just impossible to get a hold of them now. Some of them have moved country.
Yeah.
So yeah. Right. Okay. So that's it for Dojo Dusting. Moving on to the topics. Is that no War Report? Sorry, War Report.
Oh god, this is even more anemic than that. The only thing I could think of today is that the Warframe 2022 survey has closed already for some reason. I swear that was like up for less than a week. That's a
Well, when did it close?
Today.
That would have been a week.
Wow, okay. That's brilliant. Maybe leave that up for longer. No. I think I did fill in my thing, but then didn't do the last question, and then forgot to do it, and so that's why maybe I'm bitter over it. But I still think that was kind of too short. Yeah. But anyway, that's it. So hopefully maybe there's more feedback. Obviously there's the stuff for the dev stream last week. If people haven't followed that, obviously you can watch last week's episode if you want to catch up on it. But there's nothing at the moment. Just the game is on literal stasis. Oh no, there's a mini update coming or something soon, isn't there?
There's supposed to be 31.9 that comes out this week. Yeah, it comes out the 9th. What's that? The Wednesday? Yeah, it'll come out 2 days after this goes live. So
there we go. Okay, there we go. Mini patch, but it's nothing big in it. What is it? Something like New Wars replayable, I assume.
New Wars replayable. I think it's the quality of life change with liches and sisters. Oops. New augments and Star Days starts again.
Oh, good.
I can quickly find that if I can blag my way through the time it takes me to click on stuff. I've got it up. I just need to flick through the things. Nope. Good old Google Drive. Why is this one taking so long? That's the Xmas rework. Who wants to bet this image isn't in the actual Google Drive? And I'll be like, I look like a complete and utter tit. Apparently we have to have an image for Gifts of the Lotus. Oh, here we go. Right. So February 9th on all platforms. New Wars replayable. Lich Sister, new augments. Tenno Gen Round 21 Part 1. Heldren Einheiri? Einheiri? I don't know. Collection and Star Days Return. So we just missed the Tenno Gen and the Heldren Deluxe.
Cool.
There we go. So that should be out on Wednesday. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything else. Right, should we move on to topics?
Yeah, I bought this. Yeah. Yep, topics.
Cool. So, topic 1. Anyone else remember hunting down the one enemy you missed in an exterminate mission? And topic 2 is there a point in the game where you consider something to not be worth the effort? Right. So,
I don't think I pushed that button. I'm just push topics again. I don't know if I pushed topics. There we go.
Cool. Right. Anyone else? Right. Okay. Did you ever have to hunt down that last enemy? Back in the day, enemies all had to be killed if no extras spawned. Some of those enemies were very good at hiding. This is apparently a topic.
Is it?
Apparently it is. I'm going to see if there's any more to the... Nope, that is literally it. That's all they said in the Reddit post. I
mean, I know all the... I don't want you to recall because Tobiah does some good work for us, but I'm like... Bit of an odd topic to pick.
Well, I mean, the game is in cryostasis.
This is true.
Like,
it is known. Yeah.
It is known.
So I do remember when that basically Exterminate's gone through so many changes over the years. I do remember the different iterations it had with some of the changes. I do miss the old Exterminate, though I understand why they made at least one of the changes. Like it did feel a bit weird that you literally emptied the entire region of whatever it was you were doing to the point there was no other enemies to fight. That doesn't really make sense, does it, when you're fighting a spaceship and you're not supposed to be killing everyone on the spaceship? You're just fighting a small portion of the spaceship that you have access to, and they're locking you in, and that's yeah. So yeah, I can understand that. I do remember when they tried to make it so that the enemies would spread out sometimes, and that would lead to periods where you had to run back to find like one enemy or something weird. Really weird. And then do you remember the other day in the footage when that's the weirdest change I had, when the remaining enemies all ran to the end? I assume that's maybe part of it to fix it. That was great. I don't even know why it happened.
So weird. Yeah, Exterminate's gone through a lot of iterations. Again, I remember the big thing was that it would to fight the fact that you'd have to hunt down that one dude that was somewhere in the map. It would move the enemies to be always in front of you, so people would just rush to the very end, and then all the enemies would just be in the final room, and then just kill them, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing until it was removed. Big old simple brain over here. And again, they had to change it so that I think it was like a portion of enemies would spawn around you based on where you were in the tile. So if you were too far forward, it wouldn't spawn all the enemies and you had to go back. They're like, no, we're spawning the enemies back here. You have to go back here to get them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there any value in having an enemy that is hidden in a way in a corner somewhere?
No.
No?
Though, at the same time, thematically, it does make it feel more exterminate-ish. And so does when you get to the point that there's no more enemies, actually. You know, having to hunt down an enemy or have a weird... Where game? Where is enemy?
What if there was a enemy, like maybe a new type of enemy, maybe an infested enemy or something like that, maybe a sentient...
They don't.
No, I don't want to bring those back.
They're gone.
That is basically.
We're not getting any more sentient content. They're going to be like.
I shouldn't have said sentience.
You've triggered me now, and it's like
let's memify. Let us memify sentience, and actually have the Diablo 3 treasure goblin, where you have this treasure goblin, this treasure sentient. It can be anywhere in the map. And maybe there's a case of it one of the spawning. Maybe you could buy a mod from Samaris that said, like, it will alert you if there is one, and it will just drop loads of stuff when you kill it. But it will never be on the direct path. It will always be off the path, off the beaten path. So you have to hunt it down. How's that sound?
Could work.
Could work.
Yeah.
First meme attempt at a sentient.
No way. At least it would give them something to exist in the game and be there for some reason.
I don't mean to pick on the sentients.
You should.
I am talking about this goblin, this treasure goblin. But yeah. So, I mean, maybe that. But I just personally, I have no desire for them to go back to the old way of exterminate. Leave it as it is. It's fine. You know, it's like reinventing the wheel for no reason.
Absolutely no reason.
I've really got nothing else to add to this.
Could we? So there's that. But how about general exterminate? Would you like to make it different any other way?
Well, anything I would want to do to exterminate, it would just suddenly become not exterminate anymore.
Right.
It would be like, oh, let's have rounds of exterminate. Let's give us the option to have, oh, you flushed out this set of enemies. Now go flush out another set of enemies. Not exterminate anymore. Well, let's change it so that you do one set of enemies and then a different fin turns up. Again, not in what's called exterminate anymore. Anything I can come up with, it just fundamentally removes the commonplace rule of how exterminates work, which is you kill all the dudes, you leave.
I would change it to a one where you have to find. See, I don't know which faction to do this with, and I want to be very morally grey with it. That you go onto a map, and there are loads of locked doors everywhere on the map, and you have to randomly find which one is the current safety storage shelter for some NPCs, and your job is within a time limit to open up all the doors and kill all the people inside. They don't have guns.
So you're killing.
You're exterminating. No, I did not say that. I did not say women and children. But is a Grenier clone storage pod room? Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the. Yeah, it's like, yeah, why not? Yeah. The thing is, I'd like to see more things with time limits. We're really quick, and I'm not saying it's like, oh no, I don't like time limits. It's like, okay, it's a challenge. It's another way to be challenged. It's not going to be everything. It's not going to be every game mode has a time limit now. But the concept of time limits can be pretty cool, you know.
I like the idea of hunting down enemies to, like, okay, these are defenseless enemies, and you murdering them nets you a different reward or something like that. But I wouldn't want that to be on a time limit. I'd rather that you do like a resource cache. It's a glorified resource cache. You go and find them to murder them.
So that's just like, right? You just go and find it and open the door. You go and find it and you shoot the things. It's like,
yeah.
There's no gameplay difference there. I want to make something challenging. I want some speed. I want some effort. You have to catch them before they get escaped. It's like what's that one everyone hates?
Rush.
Yeah, it's a bit like Rush.
Anti-Rush. That is literally Rush.
Not Rush. No, it's anti-defection.
Capture? Defection?
Anti-defection. Anti-defection. Everyone hate defection. Right, you get to play the bad guy. Or are you the bad guys?
But all you have to do is find the exit and then camp the exit for the enemies to turn up.
No, because you have to find them. They're in like a pod, and the pod is prepping to leave. It just needs to be charged up with fuel. So it's
Rush.
Rush was you
have to get to the pod to destroy the pod before they left, and there's a time limit.
What, the Arkwing one?
Yeah.
No, that was just, here is a map. Go through the map as quick as a quad to the timer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the map was A and B. A being entrance, B being exit. And you just went through it in a straight line. This will have left and right and going back on yourself. Like, where you will have sometimes passed non-active ones, and you have to go back and find them. There'll also be dud ones, so you have to find which one's the right one. Like how in rescue missions, it gives you dud prison cells.
Okay, right. I'm going to say this. For me personally, I'm on board. All right. I am the personal. I am on the board and all, right? But the problem I can see is it's going to fall into that. Oh, it's the same as. Oh God, it's the same difficulty as infested salvage or defection, or it's probably another game mode I'm completely forgetting. And, people won't touch it with a 10-foot barge pole, and I cannot fathom why.
Rewards.
Yeah. So, how's about this, my good sir? right? You reward the player based on the speed in which they do it.
Yeah.
So the quicker they do it, the more rewards they get.
Yeah, so the
right?
as I was saying, the rooms they're in are escape pods that are being fueled up, but also their resources would be piled in. And obviously, I don't know, they get taken out or used up.
But
if you do it
how would you do it via skill and not RNG? What telltale things could you give that would highlight the... So what telltale things...
I've still got you? Oh, no, Warframe's...
Yeah, I'm here.
Warframe's back. It just froze up on me there.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay. So what telltale things could you do that would highlight the correct path of where the enemy is?
So, if you're actually committing to making this a fun and interesting game mode, I would say that what they would be is special computer maps around... I don't know if a game would be able to do this. Obviously, because maybe the best way of doing this is not have it be... I would normally like to say procedurally generated, but maybe it's a set layout for what the ship is and where the things are instead of the generic, procedural maps.
No, you can still do it procedural.
But I want on the walls to see maps of the layout and for it to be a code for how it's tricking you each time. So... you know that there might be... It might display on the map on the wall. You know how like it used to give on the trials? It used to give you numbers on the wall to like which one to stand on.
Yeah.
So in this, it would tell you the layout of the map you're on, and it would highlight which are the active pods. But there would be a...
What if, my good sir, right? You have key junctions. Each junction, right? So each door in a junction has a number on the door, right? And at the start, you are told the number. So it's like 341, right? So when you get to the first junction, you got to go for door 3. When you get to the second junction, you got to go for door 1. And when you get to the third junction, you got to go for door 4. Right? Or maybe I said 341. I can't remember. Yeah. So 4. You get the point. Right? So you're told pretty much the route, but the thing is, it's done in the Grineer symbols. This would also lead to a good way of counting in fucking Grineer. Right?
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was trying to... Yeah, some system, but I don't know about this junction thing because you're thinking of a very always moving forward map. I'm thinking more on a survival layout map where there is a map and you're going to be going back and forward across of it.
I'm actually thinking of a procedurally generated map, much like a survival one.
Yeah, but forward. If you've got junctions, you'd be like, oh, and that. Yeah,
it's splintered off into different segments and different trees and things.
But then
the junctions are quite far apart from each other.
If it's too complicated, people will just have to brute force it. I'm thinking instead, right? You can try and brute force it, or you hack it, and then it will display. After hacking it, you'll have a code given to you, maybe in Grineer, and if you numbers a Grineer or something of which one it is, or something, and that way you can do it. Because I like the idea of adding hacking in, and because hacking's not.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe you have to hack it for each number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's it. You got to get to each junction. You got to hack it to find out which is the next number. Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of thing.
I do love the idea of the map. I really do, but I cannot think of a way to do that procedurally.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was thinking maybe that the layout of the ship would always be the same. That way, the map and you'd have to do that so that at least it could be the actual map on the wall would be a fixed asset, and then just like different colors or numbers would appear on an asset, which is the set map. So you always know what it is. But yeah, that could be done. I think it could be done.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that. Wouldn't be exterminate, but I'm totally down.
It would be exterminate. You're exterminating people in rooms. Maybe sometimes you open up and there's people with guns. Sometimes in there's semi-civilians of some form. Do you exterminate or do you not?
I would like it if you're exterminating like commanders and things. Like, you're hunting down commanders, right? But they've still got their cannon fodder around for you. You got to kill them as well. But otherwise, you're just running in an empty place, aren't you?
No, why would you be running in an empty place?
No, that's why I'm saying they should be commanders.
Oh, they're still
the ones that you're after.
Oh yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's literally what I just said.
Why commanders though? I'm curious about the commanders.
Well, no, I mean that's the whole point. Like the commanders are the ones trying to run away.
Oh, I don't know, but I want a lot of variation in who's in there. Sometimes I want, as you say, commanders or something. But sometimes I want a bit more morally grey stuff in Warframe is why.
Children. You just want to kill Grenadier children where there aren't any.
I just want to kill children. Just want to load Warframe and I'm like, where's my war at? I want to commit a war crime. Where's Warframe crime?
Okay.
No.
Should we go to the replies? Do you want me to read them out?
No, I can read them out, but if I stop falling off this one little hole on the floor...
Do you want me to read them out?
No, I just gotta go here. Okay, so I wouldn't mind separate exterminate and attrition. Attrition or something similar, where old exterminate/attrition still exists, and a new version of exterminate is made that's true to the name. Eliminate every enemy, but with new mechanics that show which tiles have enemies. Maybe make each segment locked down until cleared, because an operative, unseen like in survival, is taking control of the facility.
But that's just exterminate.
With extra steps.
Except
that the doors lock on you. No, that was actually... The game actually used to be like that. I always remember
what's attrition?
Attrition? I think that's what they're coming up.
So is there actually... I don't know where the fuck you're going, man. But was there an actually attrition game mode?
I don't remember there being an attrition game mode.
Okay.
I remember a game mode like that though with locked doors, but it'd be like you had to kill like a captain to get the key card for the next door kind of thing. So it was on like in Total Biscuit's playthrough of it, I remember.
Oh wow, that must have been freaking forever ago. I wouldn't like that because it would just be kill the captain, run away. Kill the captain, run away.
No, you'd be like, right, I want to progress through I want to progress through my mission. Dumpty dum, just going through doors and things. Obviously, beautiful doors like Warframe has, but still. And then you're like, oh no, the door is locked. Oh, the door is locked behind me. Find the one mob that looks different. Shoot it. Move it forward. Yeah. You just kind of meh.
It'd just be slower exterminate.
Yeah. Definitely.
Please,
next one.
Killing people.
And then you find them hiding behind a crate at the spawn point. Great times.
Yeah. Again, it's it is what it is.
I miss missing enemies because it reminds me of simpler times. Great times, simpler times. And the last one is, I was reminded of this the other day in a Railjack mission when the final drone was sent in to disrupt the hack, decided to fall down a shaft and clip through the floor/wall, so I had to abandon the mission for a lack of any way to kill it.
Oof.
Yeah, big oof.
Big oof.
Big oof. Have I got this frame fighter thing? I have. Whee. Right, that's it for that topic.
Final drone to hat. Wait.
So when you go on a Railjack mission and you go onto an opposing ship, and you have to do the disruption drones.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah.
Topic 2.
Well, closing thoughts. I don't desire this. I don't desire. I think what Loz has come up with.
The original topic has nothing about desiring anything. It's like, hey, do you remember when the enemies did this thing? Yeah, I guess I do.
I guess I do, but to elaborate, I have no desire to repeat those days. I'm not saying that that's what the original post wanted to say, but I am saying I do not wish to relive those days. However, I am keen for Loz's crazy idea of counting. I like counting.
I want to kill children.
I want to teach people how to count.
I disavow myself.
If Grenier can count, Tenno can count too.
Yeah, I do approve of the game almost, and people will whinge. You're saying for my idea, people whinge. People whinge for your idea as well. But I do approve of getting people used to the bloody numbering system. Be like, no, we're expecting higher things of the player. It's not. We're not expecting Dark Souls level of super powerful super play. We're just expecting you to learn and represent numbers. You learnt this as a kid. Just learn some new numbers. Warframe expects you to not be a kid.
I mean, people say like, you are saying the whole like Souls level craziness, like, but all Souls really expects of you is to dodge, right? We're not expecting you to dodge. We're just expecting you to count.
My understanding is there's a bit more than that. It expects you to understand that shields aren't worth anything, and that are a trap, and you shouldn't use shields. Because shields bad.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I think it was in Dark Souls 2. It's like people used to say don't, and if you go for the shields, you're doing it wrong.
Oh, okay. I'm actually watching a YouTube channel. Sorry, off topic. Watching a YouTube channel, Play Frame. They've been doing for many months now a Dark Souls 3 playthrough together, where one of them is setting up as a tank and the other one is 100% damage as an archer. It's hilarious to watch because their followers can jump into their games to try and kill them.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it's really cool to watch. Anyway, right? Should we?
Only they could do that in Warframe. Oh yeah, there was a thing, and they never did anything with it.
Do you want to segue into a mini topic about Stalker mode?
No.
Or do you want to just go on to topic two? Topic two. Fine. Topic two.
No, sorry. Actually, all I say is it was a great concept, and everyone loved it, and DE could do something with it, and they didn't.
Yeah, maybe if it was just a case of it was your regular player instead of the Stalker, just your regular account. Let's make Tenno fight each other. Invade each other and shit.
The Stalker was great, but they at the very least, all they could have done is set up a system where streamers could set the. You had to activate Stalker mode. It was only for if you activate it, and then you could put your code onto your stream, and then people could queue up if they had a hard to farm resource to expend to try and stalk the streamer. They spent forever trying to come up with like expendables, wasn't there that time? What was it called? Umbra.
Echoes of Umbra.
Yeah, exactly. And they tried that, and it's like, how about you put stalker mode in the game and you make it about streaming? And could you imagine if people would farm up? Like, you could even make it that if it was like, people would get hundreds of these, and it's like, no, each account can only have one item at a time.
I also would make sure that there's a cooldown on the streamers so that they've got like a respite, maybe 30 minutes.
No, less than that, because you want the streamers could disable at any time. It's only while the streamer wants it, because it's an opt-in system, the whole stalker mode system. I mean, they're streaming, so of course they're going to turn it on, and it could be once every other mission, is what I would say, minimum. Or
15 minutes.
But if they
but some missions take forever. What happens if they do an endurance survival run? That's like 3 hours.
I'm not sure if the game could accommodate. If it can, I'm not sure if it could accommodate multiple stalkers per one run of a mission.
Make it.
Yeah, I would agree. That'd be cool. Okay, that'd be cool. But as for if it was like that, it should be like once per mission on Endless, and then for Endless once every 10 minutes, I'd say.
Yes.
Because the thing is, it would be a streamer's thing. It'd be something to do. It'd be like, hey, we're going to do a Stalker stream today. I'm sure streamers would love that. They'd be like, oh, it's so cool. Let's go, guys. Tomorrow we're going to do our Stalker stream. Everyone save up your resources. And then everyone would have to... Could you imagine if it was along the lines of our farm 100 Argon to get one of these things?
Actually, no. Can we say 200 Argon so it gets dropped down to 100 Argon? Because people are going to complain.
I don't mean Argon. I meant on the amount of effort it took us. It took us most of a day to do that.
No, but I like Argon. You said Argon. You got my you piqued my interest, man.
Actually, yeah, that would work. Yeah, do that because that way people could that would actually be perfect. They should make more bloody things like Argon because people couldn't, unless people are insane and try and save up a bloody load of Argon. There's no way any person could maintain Argon enough to do it for have a billion of these items. If you can only have one per account and you have to buy them with Argon, that would be perfect. There we go, we've done it. There we go, that's how you acquire the resource. People would then play the Void more, which is another thing the game doesn't do enough.
I would like it, though, if we could customize our Stalker. So it was like, it's not the Stalker.
Oh yeah, this is the thing. You can make it a whole... Yeah. Hey, well, you basically, you make it, you're making your own acolyte.
Yeah.
There you go.
That'd be so cool. There we go.
So we have a mini topic. We've made our own Super Stalker mode. DE will never do any of this because they made a brilliant game mode that everyone thought was amazing and they'll never implement it in the game. Because they'll be like, oh, but what about people who don't want people invading their games?
No, Loz. They will implement it in 6 years' time.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yes. Sorry, now that it's been mentioned on 10 o'clock. Expect to see this in 6 years' time.
We believe that they will do this.
We believe this will be
at least in 6 years' time.
Based on how we ask for things that eventually turn up in games 6 years later.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. I asked for those bloody armor sets that changed freaking years ago. And people okay. People told me that was non-punch throughable. Okay, I'm going to have to look for all of those. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, can I go now? Okay. Right, yeah. Yep. Topic 2?
Cool. Topic 2. That's topic 2.
That's topic 2.
I
pushed it.
There you go. Right. Is there a point in the game where you consider yourself to be... Sorry, where you consider something to be not worth the effort? Has there been a case where after hours, days, or even weeks of trying for something, anything where you just end up saying, screw it, I'm buying it, buying the part / giving it up, it's not worth it? For me, it was the Nidus Prime Neuroptics. I spent a week... Sorry.
Oh, I thought you lost you there for a sec.
That clearly says I spent several weeks, right? Tobiah, you gotta be on the ball here. They spent many decades of weeks, right, trying to get it. Radiant Relic after Radiant Relic, no dice. I ended up having to buy it instead. I'm obviously I'm joking. I'm disappointed in you, Tobiah. How dare you leave off several weeks? A week! A fucking week! One week! 7 months! Try fucking 7 months for a goddamn fucking flail! A week! Fucking 1 week! 1!
You done?
I'm salty as fuck at this.
Right.
One fucking week. I didn't get a legendary card after 1 week. Fuck off.
Yeah, you see, when it comes to something that's repetitive in people's memories, if I ever am going to do something like that, I make a record of it, so I literally know the exact number. Do not just leave it to your brain, because then you say, like, oh, yeah, I've done this loads. You've done it 6 times. But it feels like loads, because you're not recording it. I remember in World of Warcraft back in the days, I used to record when we kill Diamol bosses until I saw a Book of Feroz Compendium of Dragon Slaying drop, because that's got the Tank Sword Quell Sarah. So I would record my drops of it. Same for when I was farming for Thunder Fury parts, I would record my drops for it. When I'm playing a gacha game, I don't do it for Xeno Alice, because I'm... But when I'm playing Pharmacy Brave Exvius, or when I used to play Mobius before they got rid of it, I used to record my drops, so I would know how many drops since my last, S rank item spawn, or the last rainbow, or whatever the highest thing of the time was. So I would know exactly. Like some people, like, oh, I haven't had a really good drop in ages. It's like, no, actually, you had one last week. So that you would know the truth, and it would not be based off, and I'd record all my drops, so I know. Because your memory's a fickle thing. So this person who says they did relic after relic, how many relics? Give me a number. Don't give me, I did loads. Don't tell me, oh yeah, it was loads, and it's like 17. The Warframe wiki is also really good now for a lot of things. It will tell you the average time it should expect you to take to get a thing, and then I think it's like the 99.9% chance of you getting it in this many runs.
Yeah,
Was that my lich? Is that my lich? Is it my lich?
Well,
Is
if you're
that
solo,
my lich?
yes. That's also a hole.
That was a hot. Where's my lich?
I don't know.
Where is he? Where you at? Is that my lich? Is that my
So
lich?
they wanted the neuroptics, right?
Yeah.
Does it say the percentage chance?
Oh my god, I am equipping sure-footed off this bloody game. Not having sure-footed is the hell.
It's a 2% chance drop rate. And it's 10% at Radiant.
Right.
So my mind is so baffled at this. Like,
Oh.
when did gamers get so lazy for wanting stuff immediately? It obviously happened before Warframe, right? But I don't know where this not self gratification, like, you know, where this desire for like instant gratification came from. Like, what was it in the gaming industry that happened that basically told gamers it's all right for this to happen?
Good question.
I'm utterly flabbergasted. After 1 week of like this would take at least 10 relics, right? On average. Sorry, I gotta add that. This it's not guaranteed. On average, it should take 10 relics to get this part.
I have no idea what's going on with my game in Warframe right now. I can't res.
You die?
I can't res. Hold E to revive. Alright, there we go. Right, come on. It's lagging out massively. I'm like, what's going on? Is he gone? Oh, there he is. Weird. Right, yeah. So how many weeks you say?
Oh, no. On average, it should take 10 runs of a Radiant N16, sorry, Neo N16 relic to get this Nidus part.
Yeah.
Right? The Nidus Prime Neuroptics. Right? And, you know, they can't get it in a week.
And they're complaining.
What is the best place? So Ghoul Bounty stage 2 and 3, right? At level 15 to 25, Ghoul Bounty stages 2 and 3 have an 18.45% chance to drop this relic, right? Okay, Ghoul Bounties can disappear. However, the Lure Apollo Disruption, right? So Apollo on Lure, the Disruption mission, has a 14.29% chance to drop this relic, right? On a rotation, yeah? So the first 2 times you do it, it's got... I'm fucking baffled. I don't know where, like, again, 7 months to fucking get those parts. Like, playing World of Warcraft, how many months did you, 6 months in Classic to get your tier set?
When? What, originally?
Yeah, in Classic.
Oh, easily. Yeah, on Classic.
6 months.
Yeah.
Right? And that's doing a raid every week.
Yeah.
Right? For how many hours?
Oh, those. Do you mean you don't mean classic? Do you mean vanilla or classic? Classic is the redo.
Apologies, I do mean vanilla.
Oh,
Sorry.
vanilla! God damn it, it takes 7 hours to finish the raid, which most people do like an hour now or less. You know, I think it's like 37 minutes or something stupid. But yeah, we'd take an evening and be like 6-7 hours with a break in there as well. You know, each week. You know, if the internet held up, it was always weird. Yeah, it was ridiculous. That was good fun though. Good fun. So yeah, 6 months easily. Easily.
Oh, I didn't get the neuroptics in 1 week.
Yeah, sorry, I finished that mission now, so I can I've got my mental state back to you. Yeah, the entitlement is ridiculous now. It's because we live.
I don't think this. I don't think this is entitlement. This is instant self gratification.
Yeah, but they feel they're entitled to that instant gratification.
Maybe so.
Yeah, you know, it's not just that there is instant gratification; they want it now, and if they don't get it, they get annoyed. It's like, oh my god, it took me this long to get this thing. I mean, yeah, just to before anyone says, I don't doubt that sometimes people can fall foul horribly of RNG, and sometimes some things are too horrible drop chance. Yeah, some things aren't always balanced. It's always a bit of fine tuning, but it is to extend gameplay. It's because if you just got everything in one run, you would be done in 2 minutes. I mean, a game could do that. A game could literally be like, I take 2 steps. It gives me, like, I mean, I'm in the Orbiter. I walk 2 steps forward. I've gained Mac Prime. I walk over here. I've gained Loki Prime. It could, if you wanted it to. The whole game would be over rather quickly, but there's no reason to say you couldn't do it that way.
I don't know what could have led gamers down this path. I really just don't know. This is I am struggling with this so much because like if I could get some effective change at my job, some of the stuff that I'm trying to implement at my job done in a week, I would put myself out of a job in like a month, right? And this isn't a scenario of EA with Battlefront 2 and oh yeah, you have to play like, you know, I spent 80 quid on this special edition of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like, why isn't Darth Vader unlocked straight away? Oh well, you know, you want you to have a sense of gratification for doing it. No, I just bought a fucking game. My sense of gratification is playing Darth Vader and murdering everyone, right? That is so different from Warframe, which is A, a PvE game, and B, you're building shit. Fuck. Be thankful it only takes like 3.5 days to bloody make a... wait, is it 3.5? Yeah, 3.5 days to even build a Warframe. Like, in the early days, that felt like an eternity, right?
It did.
Now, I'm like, oh, shit, I was actually building that? Fuck, I forgot.
I'm like, okay. Well, yeah, if I don't buy a Warframe outright, because I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm looking at that grind, I'm like, nope. Those, to be honest, I normally buy out Warframes these days and go, right, time to build one for the Helminth. So, yeah.
I'm baffled. I'm so baffled.
This is baffled.
I'm baffled.
Well, the baffled. Cruise ships. Shit. Ah. Yep. It's tricky, right? I'm gonna full hand up and say this for anyone because I skip this horrible grind. I know that some people, especially the grind this very person is talking about.
No. I'm stopping you. Stopping you. Define for me horrible grind, because I don't think this is a horrible grind.
It's a their experience. They found it horrible.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, they found it to be personally.
What to you?
Yeah.
To you, what would be a horrible grind?
I would define a horrible grind. It would be, for instance, as an example in Warframe, or just in general.
No. In general, you could pick any game you want as an example.
Well, no. I take it up for Warframe, and that would be it's due to the lack of, in my opinion, you know, and the bit of the culture which we had before to do with Eidolons. I find farming Eidolons to be near an acceptable grind. If I was to like actually get my arcanes the real way, I would find that if I couldn't trade for them, which is what I do, I would find that annoying. Because I can't control the game mode of when we get to play it, and it has to have a team. But the game doesn't have enough. It's not like, as you said, World of Warcraft, an example, where there was a reason for us to be organised to spend several hours per day on one day or several days a week, and it was, I do miss those kind of games. It did give you, was it a weird sense of purpose, but it did feel like you're part of something. Warframe tries to do things that require, a team of people who know what they're doing, but very rarely. So there's no reason to be like in an organised Eidolon raid guild or anything like that, and yet the game still sort of wants me to be like that, I suppose. That makes sense. But for doing things that require difficulty, like Eidolons or...
So I want to... let's... I don't know if we can easily work this out. Where's the... Sorry, they changed how media wikis and shit work.
Yeah.
Or Wiki-As. So I'm always trying to find the search thing. I struggle to find it. So Arcane's... Arcane. So let's go Arcane Aegis. And I want is an Arcane enhancement, right? Okay. So do we have a table of... Right. Okay. So let's talk about a Hydralist rare. No, let's Hydralist. Yeah, legendary Hydralist. What is... can we easily... Oh, not applicable. Oh, what is... Oh, I'm trying to find the drop chance. Maybe I just have a look at the Hydralist. What's the drop chance of all his... here we go. Right, okay. So if you had to pick an arcane... pick an arcane for me. And
Energize?
we're going to try and work out Arcane Energize. That's a good one. That's also on the Hydralist, right? The Hydralist has a 5% chance to drop an Arcane Energize. Right? And you need how many of them? 21?
Yeah,
21 right. To make a full Arcane Energize at 5% a drop chance, right? So how many Tridolons are you doing a night? One?
Let's say one, maybe.
Yeah, one a night. So you have to do them every 2.5 hours. You have half an hour, I'm rounding up, half an hour-ish window to do a full Tridolon with a 5% chance to get one. And you need 21 of the fuckers.
Yep.
I can see that being a suitable grind. Sorry, no. Sorry. I can see that example as a good definition of grind.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah? It's... And I completely agree with you. The problem here, realistically, is the fact that you have to have that right window of opportunity to do it. Yeah? You can't do it at any time. You have to pick the right 30 minutes in a 2 hour and 30-minute window.
Yeah.
Which to me is the problem. It's this thing, people don't want to do it together because oh my fucking God, maybe we should do it together. Just gotta grind out some things, or just wait for Scarlet Spear to maybe come back.
Or some event, because that's what they seem to do with events.
I think they're actually in Orphix Venom.
I don't think they had all the events. They are in Orphix Venom, but when the Orphix Venom event was active, you could get them from the vendor. I think now they're drops in Orphix Venom, so it's not
right.
Some arcanes. I don't think it's all arcanes. So
right. Okay. So yeah, that's Yeah, I mean, well, then I assume Arcane Energize is not in there because it looks like it was only dropping from
Why does he look like he's holding a
Scarlet
gun?
Spear. Yeah, so yeah, that is a suitable grind because that's going to take you weeks, if not months, to get all of that, all 21, right? A week to get one Nidus Prime Neuroptics? That's not grind. A part of me wishes that, well, I mean, no, I kind of don't, but I I was going to say, part of me wishes that Arcanes weren't even transferable and you had to farm it for yourself. But then I'm like, nah, that's quite a big economy that, you know, exists within Warframe. I'm pretty sure they want to keep that. Right. Do you have anything you want to say with regards to grind and stuff? You were actually going to say, I'm pretty sure, the fact that you buy time.
Yes, so you were about to stop me, and I was gonna hold my hand up and say for this person's grind especially that before I start saying, you know, I don't want to criticize them of how. God damn it, I'm doing this poorly. It's tricky trying to talk and give good cogent things while playing the game. I realise now why I stopped doing this. I do want to say that, you know, I do buy every Prime Access, which is a bit of, you know, it does affect the way I play and experience the game. I don't have to do the mad relic grinds that then is a grind into a grind to then go do the... I'm going to die again. To do the one grind that leads to another grind that leads to potentially, you know, getting the item. Oh, these pickup animations are just ridiculous. Like, I'm just going to sit here and stare. There we go. Right, do you know what I mean?
Yes. But the thing is, you've got one layer of grind to get the relic.
Yeah.
And then one layer of grind on top to get the part in the relic.
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
So that's, as far as I understand, audience, please correct me if I'm wrong. That's just 2 layers of grind. If I've missed one, please correct me. But to not get it within a week, you know, I'm going to stop bringing that up. I'm you know, it's because I've said it enough. I don't think that grind that is described is that bad. Say, you know, tell me, oh, you can only go for that relic like every 3 hours. Yeah, 100% on board. Right? Because what if you got the wrong time to do it? What if your friends aren't available? What if, you know, you're going away or whatever? It was one of the biggest problems for the alert system. You know, being awake at the right time when Boobin dropped. So, okay. I've done too much talking now.
Yeah? How so?
Well, I've said a lot, and I also feel like I keep on derailing your train of thought, and I'm also recognizing you're busy trying to kill your lich.
Yep. Gonna get all my buffs up. Gonna do this right. How you supposed to play Harrow. But yeah, so I see what you mean by dealing with my train of thought. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I was saying about how I don't have to do this grind. You're saying about 2 different levels of grind. And that is one of the big portions in Warframe. And I do just want to skip it these days. I just buy Prime Access and then just get on with it because I would rather enjoy it. Now, I have the privilege to do that. Not most people probably don't. You know, it's rather expensive. And I can appreciate that. But am I saying that you should be able to get it in a week, or a week's too much? Now, because it just said a week, and we didn't have actually any explanation on the numbers of what they're doing. That's the Lich. I don't want to fight the Lich yet. It's a bit hard to say that is it unacceptable what they're doing. Is it, you know, that it took them too long or whatever? And I don't know. We'll have to Is it freaking gonna... Oh, they're not dying! I've just noticed what's the other issue is because they're bloody things. They don't die, so they don't give me energy back. Oh, that's annoying.
I've just noticed your game audio's on.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's coming through on...
Is that going to be too? Is it quite quiet though?
Nah, I think it should be quiet enough.
Show me.
I don't think it'll drown me out.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that.
Nah, just leave it.
Yeah, okay. I've noticed the problem is like I'm trying to get energy back, and the bloody things are bloody Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Q?
No, they're
Sorry, that's my pads. Sorry.
What,
Q's my energy pads.
No. They're What? Failing at liches. Why aren't you? Ah! I'm utterly failing at doing this. Anyway, the last thing, I'm just gonna quit. I'm just gonna stay because I can't. I'm trying to do this, and my brain is thinking. So, back to this.
I just pause.
No. I'm not gonna pause and do it. I'm just gonna quit on it. It's fine. Right. So, doing this in 1 week. As I said, the numbers are more important. Is that literally doing 10 relics per day, and they farmed up? That would be a much more interesting stat for me. Tell me, I farmed up 100 of this relic and radiated them all and still didn't get it. Much more appreciative.
Then I'm on board.
Yeah.
Because that's
my brain isn't. My brain can finish sentences. I can give you a description. Let me go play something brainless. Right. Yeah.
Ember.
No, I'm just gonna do some like exterminates or something. Yeah. There we are.
Okay. Right.
On to the replies.
Onto the replies. It's just the replies.
Farming Ash. It sucks because I only needed one more part before he was moved to Railjack. That's a shame.
I could completely agree with this one because he only appeared on bloody Manix, didn't he?
Yeah. And it's not something that you can really force a lot of.
Next one.
By the time you've got, say, a maxed prime mod, the entirety of all content in Warframe becomes a chore. What?
The whole of Warframe is a grind. Please explain to me one element of Warframe that isn't a grind. Maybe the quests. That's it. But it's just the nature of the beast. It's a farming simulator. Except for instead of a plow, you farm with bullets.
I would say an empowerment farming simulator.
Fair.
Yeah.
Next one.
I gave up on several weapons during Prime Resurgence. It was just too long, too up-tempo to enjoy, especially with bounties being the only way to farm Ire. I don't know how it would affect the secondary market, but I'd also prefer it to rotate through for a shorter time more frequently. I think a week of each month would be awesome, but maybe that would make it too easy to get older primes.
So
Anti-Avionics blueprint. All right.
So every month they want a primary surgeons for a week. And I don't understand this point.
Yeah, I don't either, because I gave myself, it was too long to up the tempo to enjoy, especially with bounties being the only way to farm Ire. Maybe that was the case. Maybe they should have come up with better ways to farm Ire.
But
I did a bit of farming of Ire, and I just did void missions, and I got a few, and I was like, yay.
Yeah.
Just did it for fun. Maybe the people who are doing the hardcore farming.
But even if you didn't, like, if it was a case of you had to farm Ire and then it was a gacha of which relic you got, okay, fine. It should be easier to get Ire. But it's not. You buy the exact relic you want.
Yeah, but the relic doesn't determine guaranteed thing.
That's true. But farming Ire is on a drop chance. So it's just a different RNG in front of it. You can still, unless getting Ire was like significantly, and I'm like, it took me an entire day to get one Ire, right? Well, that's infinitely worse. Well,
Track's never got any Ire, I don't think, so poor Tracks,
But like, I don't know what, like fucking. I don't know if I've had some weird brain fart or something. I don't understand this at all. I'm losing my shit over this.
Yeah?
Like, there's no tomorrow.
What, are people in grinds?
I don't
It's
understand.
your sore spot of the
Yeah. Like, grinds exist in every game.
Yes, but
No,
Warframe
I
does
need
have
my
a
thing
lot
now.
of them. I think it's because the problem with Warframe is that it just it has grinds and it makes you do the grinds and then you get the stuff, and it's not like it ever lets you unlock the next tier of content or gains you access to new stuff. It literally is just like, good, you farmed that, level it up and go farm something else.
Like, to me, it's like, oh no, I expect to be max level in Final Fantasy 14 immediately.
Well, you can pay
Why?
for that.
I've spent 5 minutes playing Final Fantasy. Why am I not max level already? This is ridiculous.
But that's
Square,
the thing.
what the
So
fuck
in
are
Final
you
Fantasy
doing?
14, you can, after leveling through your character and doing the story and unlocking things, you unlock different game modes with different things to do, different challenges, different group content, different solo content, different things to farm that do different things or unlock new things. There's loads of, I keep saying weird things, but there's variety there. Warframe doesn't have that. I think because returning trials to the game and actually trying at them would be a definite improvement, because there would be a reason then that you can point to and say, well, why do you need all these frames or particular primes or particular builds and mods and arcanes to do that?
Maybe.
Also,
I don't think.
why can't I hit things
Apart
with
me,
the throughball yet?
I don't know, but I
Can't hit
think
things with
part of
the
the
throughball.
problem is, remember, how long would it take us to level up a Warframe to 30 before? It would take us fucking
Oh,
forever,
yeah.
right? But then eventually there was Draco, which was a massive loot cave for leveling up your Warframes. And then ultimately it's become Elite Sanctuary Sanctuary Onslaught and Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. You can level up your Warframe so goddamn quickly now. And yet we got people complaining, and apologies to Trex because apparently, your inability to find any ire. But we got people complaining saying that, oh, 4 hours is too long to get ire. Or no, worse still, fucking 2.5 hours to kill a sodding literal sister. Oh, it's too long to get a weapon. Are you fucking kidding? It used to take 12 hours to build a weapon. These ones are already built. You just gotta kill the fucker. I don't understand your complaint. Oh, I need it now. Why? I'm really losing it, dude. Fuck. Can we be done with this? Because I'm losing my goddamn brain.
Okay, there's only one more point, which is it says Necromech. Is it Necromex or Necromex?
Necromex.
Necromex saw the standing requirements, Necromex saw the standing requirement, thought, damn, it's PoE all over again. Then I saw the bullshit drop rates, immediately sold a legendary core and some prime parts and bought one. Best decision I ever made in this game.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Mostly because I didn't want to deal with the orange crap.
Fair enough. Well,
actually, that's pretty much the only reason why I didn't want to do. Yeah.
That's it for the last reply.
God. Sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to just completely lose it. But, this is such a sore spot now. I don't know why. 7 fucking months ago, goddamn play on, everyone's complaining about 1 week. Fucking Christ. What's after this? Can we move on? Graphs? Is it graphs now? I feel it's... Hold on, let me have a look what's next. I want to just move on. Graphs. Let's get the graphs up. Fix it, Loz.
I have to clear the topics. There we go. And then
yeah, fix it, Loz. Get the graphs up.
Graphs.
Oh, God, I've just remembered one of the graphs. Oh, shit. Okay. I can do this. Right, okay. So the first graph. How do you feel? Wait, you haven't got the graph up yet.
Oh, no, it's graphs
again.
No. Graphs! Yeah. Graphs!
Okay.
Graphs!
Okay. First graph.
There's graphs.
Forceps! Sorry. The first graph How do you feel about DevStream 159? Sorry, I lost my shit, Loz. I'm really sorry. 10% said negative, 20% said neutral, 20% said that they didn't watch the dev stream, and 50% said positive.
Yeah. Sadly, I still haven't had to watch it. I will definitely get around to it soon because I don't want to miss out on it. But interesting what people say.
I'm firmly in the neutral, if borderline negative. I just felt it should have been two separate streams.
Yeah, so it felt like Do you mean that it was two separate streams? That there was enough there to split between two streams, or that the people or the devs and Reb was there, they were in two minds about what this stream was supposed to be?
No. There was enough content there. It was an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
Right. Steve and Jeff were quite. To me personally, it felt very obvious that they wanted to spend more time talking about the new war, but they wanted. Quickly...
That's what I mean by those two things. They basically wanted a stream like After War Within, where they sat and reflected and just basked in it. And to be honest, I think they should have had that before Christmas.
Oh yeah, I can appreciate that. Or just have two streams in January.
Yeah.
But anyway, the second graph, my good sir. Graph number 2. Cool. Do you still have Lich/sister weapons you haven't yet collected? 42% said no, and 63% said yes. So the no pile is actually a lot higher than I thought it would be, but I'm certainly in the yes. I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, definitely. There's loads I haven't got. I've only done a few. I do enjoy them, and I thought it was good content. I like with liches. I took a long time to do liches, and I can still go do them because I didn't burn out on them. I don't get why some people went, okay, this is really cool content. That's doing the sister stuff, and it's only gotten better. Like the same thing with liches. I did not do liches probably for the first, I think it was a year, and when I got to do them, they're pretty fun.
Yeah.
From what I understand, people at the start were just banging their head against the pure grind of it, and I'm like, why you do this to yourself? Why do this to yourself?
Yeah. So the next graph we have, number 3. Should D have elaborated more on the Angels of the Zeramen update? So this is 31.5, which they teased at. 11% said that they didn't care, 32% said no, and 58% said yes. I'm very firmly in the yes, and I'm very surprised of the number of no's. I would have thought people would have wanted more than just there's an update coming. It's called the Angels of the Zeramen. There's 2 game modes. There's a quest. There's a warframe. The end. That's it. No design of the warframe. No names of the game modes. No look at a tile or 2 tiles in the tile set. Nothing. I was... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the next one is the shocker, number 4. Right. When do you think players should be introduced to trials/raids? 5% said the Star Chart.
You are all wrong. I have never gone against a poll sooner.
As strongly as
I'm
this.
sorry. If anyone's got to this point in the video, which is earlier than we normally get to it, it's probably going to be a short episode. I am sorry. I'm paused on the footage because there's not much to do with the graph on the screen here. And I'm sorry that. Oh my word! The thing is, it's the same for World of Warcraft. That it could do a better job of bringing an easier version of that content in for lower levels to teach people what to do, learn some of the things that's happening. Oh my word! When do most people want? Yeah, go through all the things and I'll rant again.
So Star Chart level 30 to 50, 5%. Steel Path level 100 plus and modifiers, level 25%, and then 35% each for Sortie level 50 to 100, and Sortie Plus level 100 plus.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna possibly give the benefit of the doubt to save people replying in the comments next week. They may have got confused on this topic and thought like, where do you want the difficulty of trials? And they saw that one and they thought that'd be too easy. No, this would be like, when does it start? As in, that's the baseline. Yeah. We would expect all these levels to exist, and even harder. I want to see super hard rates, trials, everything. But this is, when do you put the first, you can join an 8-mission thing and just have a bit of, okay, it's a bit of a different game mode. This is one of the things that, I'm not saying, it's interesting we put level 30, 50 on the star chart somewhere. I wouldn't put it on like Earth, Venus. This is like, with the Void, it's off to the side. I think, maybe even at the end of the star chart is still level 30, 50. It could be like the last thing is that, like, no, right, you finish the star chart, have a go at the first trial before we move you on to Steel Path, before we move you on to Sorties.
I think 30 doesn't start until Pluto.
Let me have a look. I can have a quick look now while I'm here.
Do you want to turn off the graph for a second so everyone
which one
can
is this for? I need to clear graphs.
No, just clear graphs. Yeah,
right, let's have a quick while we're on here. So where are we at? So Sedna goes to, is it Pluto, you say?
Pluto. Yeah.
25, 30, 30, 40. Yeah. I mean, that's...
Well,
the first missions are like 30, 34 there. 30, 34. Let's just go back one just to check Neptune. That's 40. Oh, no, wait, that's going to be an invasion, isn't it? Oh, where's an all mode? 29, 31. That clips into it. 32, 30. Yeah, it's down there. But I mean, if it was...
Even Neptune's fine.
Yeah. But I mean, so it would be like, when we meant star chart, it would mean that when you get to Neptune, there would be a separate thing here, which is like the first raid thing. And let's say it was a planet, it would be like, okay, the first node is for the level 31, but then the end of the bloody planet of trials, if we're going to call it that, let's have it that. This would be Sortie Plus super, super hard. And so that you'd have a progression of players. It wouldn't... That's the only thing I can think of why we've got that thing that people looked at and thought, oh, no, you shouldn't aim trials to be that low, but that'd be the starting point of when to introduce people into content. Do you notice that Drew didn't put planes? he didn't put, as soon as possible, how D adds most content.
No, I copied this from their survey. This is an exact copy of what they put in their survey. To highlight this,
sorry for swearing.
In World of War, what?
It's just because I think our population are a very good grouping that we've got here watching the show, and I thank all them being here.
We could disagree with them more.
on this one issue, I'm normally over this one, but I think if this is what they've put for this, I think obviously they are a really great sample to look at what is going to be the result of the survey in a whole for DE. It's going to be the same thing.
So I do want to put a little bit of time on this. Little bit of time. In World of Warcraft, you have dungeons and you have raids, right? Dungeons start as early as level, I want to say 10, or is it 20 now?
They were always intended to start at 10 in the original, in vanilla. Right. But yeah, so it's like 15 now, I think.
Right. Okay. So they start really on. You could max level at 60, right? You could never do a dungeon ever, but it was kind of important that you did do dungeons because that was one of the key parts of progression. You get to the end of level 60 and you're like, what do I do now? So if you skipped doing the dungeons early on, you were kind of left in the lurch later on, and you haven't got a fucking clue what you were doing.
Yeah, if you skipped all of doing dungeons and you hadn't done anything with teams, and they were a very slow difficulty progression. It was more teaching people about you don't always have to fight every mob. You could skip some packs. They were that mob bosses will do things and they'll telegraph them, and you have a role to play in a team. It's interesting that I think that they didn't do it for raid content as well, because in theory you could raid from level 1 in World of Warcraft.
Right.
And I think, well, actually I remember in vanilla, when you hit max level, even though to do the dungeons with the quests which breadcrumb you into the dungeons, you have to do them as a party, you can't do them as a raid. When it was vanilla originally, all the max level dungeons, even the 5-man ones, were done as raids with 10 people, because it was hard back then. We had no...
Really?
Yeah. So there was quests in Strathome was the one I remember, and they were always done as a 10-man raid. They were not done as a 5-man, even though all the quests, you couldn't finish any of the quests, because it was like really weird to get the quest done, because everyone did it as a raid. It was just too hard for people to think of basic stuff. And that I think that actually helped in vanilla, that people learned how to do raids, because it was a different UI, it was different methods of healing. Who did your buffs apply to? Who did they not apply to? There was things to learn. How to keep track of different health bars when there's different teammates to do.
And to prominently throw myself under the bus, like Loz had to go to a massive extent of teaching me how to even do dungeons, because I completely skipped dungeons all the way through.
Yeah,
I hadn't got fucking clue what I was doing. I was just auto attacking the entire thing. It's like, you have abilities, you could use the abilities. Like, what do they do? Like, I had no idea. I wasn't I didn't properly jump into the middle of the swimming pool. I paddled around the
edges,
right, the entire game, right. And it wasn't until Loz goes like, no, I'm taking you, I'm showing you how to do your shit properly. Right?
I remember taking to Strathholme, and I remember being like, Drew, what are you casting? You cast this, like, I cast this and this. You're like, but I don't have that on my bar. What are you talking about? I'm like, your spellbook. What's a spellbook?
Yeah.
Push this button.
I honestly had
drag left. What's it on your bar? Level 1 Crusader Strike. Go to book. How many things you have? Oh, level 5's a Crusader Strike. Oh, I thought that just updated automatically. Yeah, they were originally in vanilla. You could downrank spells, because there was reason to do that. There was reason to do it, because it meant that for healers, that's why vanilla was such a better game, because it was all about doing clever things. You could have a lower rank spell that would cost you less, but then your gears plus healing would actually make it a decent spell for the mana. It was interesting things you could do. And then some paladins would even downrank their seal sometimes to just get one of the effects on the lower one for cheaper rather than spending an expensive one. It was things like that.
The whole point is that unless you're actually introduced to it at an early stage, when you have less to know, right, you're gonna massively struggle later on. I've only got 4 abilities doing this dungeon. This is easy. I understand what I'm fucking doing. You get there later on, it's like you have 30 abilities. Actually not that high. It's probably about 20 abilities. And you're like, fuck, what the hell am I meant to be doing?
Right,
but it's too late.
But
it's too late at that point. It's so hard.
But beyond that, even then, one of the things about trials, raids, dungeons is that they also then go, okay, we hope at this point you understand your job and your abilities you're doing. Now you have to balance that with the mechanic of the fight, on top of doing everything you're supposed to be doing normally. Not just you sit there and go, right, it's a fight, I sit here, and I just tank thing. It's like, we're not testing you on that. We're testing that you can do that while doing something else. Did you ever do one of my favourite bosses for tanking in Mr. Pandaria?
Is that the one where you have to move?
Yeah, where the boss would do that. There's 2 tanks and 2 bosses, and it's like, I'm going to tank forward now. So you're trying to better keep aggro. Right, now move around here. Now move around here. Now move around here.
Yeah.
It's just as a test. And that's
what you had to do something.
But the thing is, the trials they've done in Warframe so far are that kind of thing. It's like, right, while killing the enemies, which are endlessly spawning, which we know you know how to kill, you have to stand on set platforms based on the number sequence. Right, so you're teaching people, it's not just about blitz through mission, I go to the end of mission, I've killed everything, counter says done, give me loot now. It's like, no, now we have to stand in this room, okay, and I kill the enemies, yes, and do something else. Kill more enemies? No. You have to stand on this button, but I can't stand on the button, I need to kill the enemy over there. No, you stand still.
Have you seen Markiplier playing... Sorry, we'll get back to On Track. Have you seen Markiplier play GTFO with...
I've known they've been playing it recently again. I watched it ages ago when they first played it, but I haven't watched it recently.
So there's bits where they actually have to move around like the front of a door to actually unlock the door, right? Could you imagine defense or mobile defense where you have that sort of thing? In order for defense to work, you have to stand on a pressure plate, right? You introduce players, that thing happens when you stand on pressure plate. Yeah? You can even then go like, oh, here's the thing. This is an electrified pressure plate. You can't stand on that one.
Unless someone else is hacking that terminal, or while you're carrying this item, which just grounds you for staying on an electric plate. Now, obviously, people could say, like, oh, well, they'll just put the pressure plates in the world and that's it. But that's just one example. What happens if we're hoping that they come out with new trials, and new trials might have new mechanics, and they have to then have a system where they learn to introduce the mechanics before the trial, or at least something similar so people are aware of it. But yeah, I'm really sad about this. I assume it's because people are thinking... So we'll move on to the next question. But yeah, I think it's because people are
Yeah.
Like it would be I think people look to this and say, when do you think players should be introduced to trial/raids? And then thinking of the trial/raids that already existed, not that DE should really also think its method of making trials and raids and make baby's first trial or raid. I'm sorry, I'm still annoyed about the first bit of Law Retribution. Whoever's idea it was to go, and let's put a ticking clock poison counter on top of this whole mess.
Yeah.
Should be slapped. I really mean that. Because it's exactly, and I know I don't want to go too, I know I said I'd move on, but it's exactly the problem that Blizzard had with Blackwing Lair when they first introduced it in World of Warcraft, the second raid. The first boss, there was no lead up, there was no way to get loot. You'd go in there and you'd bash your head against it, and you'd be like, I don't know what's going on, and you'd come away feeling frustrated. The first section, or the first version of a trial or raid, should need to be easing people in, giving them the reward. Not just, you don't know how to do this, so go away.
Easy way of introducing the Law of Retribution, the first part. Like the doors open in sequence, so you give them the easy one to do first, so that they don't accidentally go for the hard one first. Yeah. So.
Yep.
Anyway, right. Should we move on to the last one?
Right.
Yeah. So the last one, also from the.
I'm not going to disagree with.
Yes, no.
I'm not going to disagree with people on this one because I think people will know this much better than me. So that's why I agree with.
So
that's how it is.
Do you feel like primary, secondary, and melee weapons are on the same power level? This is when I also said that they weren't, but I think you and Naz said that they were.
I think they are, but that's my opinion of it. I'm not. I know people in math is so much better than me.
30% said yes, 70% said no.
Cool. I didn't see anything in the comments on which and why people feel their thing, so I would have actually liked to know why and which.
But that is it. For the graphs. This episode has been very energized, hasn't it?
Well, only
at least by me.
I don't know. I got pretty energized over that bloody 30. Why is it not the bottom one?
Right. So now it's time for the supporter questions.
Okay. I actually need to get that up. Okay. So, I'm back to standing there. So first is Rugal. Alright, before we start the supporter... No, I should have said... Alright, before we start the supporter questions, I'm going to ask everyone to make sure you've subscribed to the channel, like the video, and share it if you can. It really helps. And this font is labelled as Math Script Royal. That's good. It's good. When Loz takes a break from Tenno Clock, because he's moving, will Nazareth read my silly text?
Yes.
Just in case people care or anything, I've sorted out my. Actually, I need to farm that. I've got my new place, and I'm going to sort out a better internet connection for it. So hopefully that'll be cool. Might even be able to stream, to be honest. And but hopefully it won't be too much of a disruption when I go move to it. But we'll see. Yep. And Thalian Grumpy.
No, wasn't there a second Zrugal?
No.
Oh, sorry. Yes, keep going.
Okay, well, when Thalian Grumpy, while Loz takes a break from 10 o'clock, will he still complain about my questions? Well, I won't see them. He has to send me them.
I'll send them
Discord.
to him.
Okay, if he still sends me them into Discord,
I'll send them to him.
I will write a complaint. No, there we go. Then Thalian Grumpy says something do very when.
Can we not go for big updates for a while? Can we go back to the small updates?
Can we ban Deviri? Can we just that's it? This is it.
No.
I give Thalian something to have a long silly question about. Should Deviri be banned as a term?
Can we not ban? Can we just skip anything with?
Oh man, I was
takes more than a month to build. Right? Should we?
Makes more than a month. 3 months. 3 months.
2 months.
2 months. Okay. Well, they did the
stuff should be released every 2
Tepestari
months.
in 3 months. That was all right. I liked it.
Yeah, but they could release other parts of it, like do the quest separately with Sevagoth. And
they could do nice, really quick, small operations that are nothing special but just fun.
Yeah, they could do tactical alerts again.
I missed
Tactical alerts with armor that you upgrade with each tactical alert you do. Right.
Wouldn't
Okay.
that be something special?
That would be something special. Right. Okay. So what's the support questions? We got community responses, my dude.
Okay. Oh, I need to push the button first. This button.
You do.
There's a button that says there, and it goes like that, and then I lift this here.
Yeah.
Okay, make this big. So first of all, Dance and Origins. Always look forward to these when there's some info. Yeah, we do as well. I just wish there were more info to talk about. I assume that it's like, looks forward to 10 o'clock when there's some info. That's a shame, yeah. Then moving on to Nick Evans. Now we can ship Internet Chan and Xeno since he fancies his internet so much.
What?
Oh, what's this?
I don't understand.
Don't understand.
I don't understand. I threw it on the ground.
Threw it on the ground. Oh, there we go. Moving on. King of Gaming. I agree the Archons won't be the same, but there are ways they can be challenging, like anything, from having to actually aim for some reason to have some reason to actually aim for some reason, or another to having telegraphed attacks that can one or two shot you if you don't pay attention. They can be telegraphed like WoW or Monster Hunter, depending on the attacks, but WoW might be better since something flashy could be seen through the chaos. Knowing the gear of players are using is not the be and all, and despite the reasons you say the fights were good, the Archons were fun but not very challenging. I beat them on my first try, and I'm not that good at these types of games. I beat mine on my first time as well, but I.
Okay. No. I need to jump in because my dear sir, was it King of Gaming?
Yeah.
You're right, my dear King of Gaming, as your title.
I do believe you should address him as my liege or His Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Oh, His Majesty. Is it Your Majesty?
Your Majesty. Your Majesty. It's Your Majesty. Your Majesty.
Yeah, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
I actually know someone that couldn't do the I think it was the owl at all, and someone had to give them help. And this meant that someone had to log into their account and do it for them.
Yep, no names. No names. No one's breaking your EULA here.
I'm not throwing anyone under a bus. But there are plenty of people that have had issue with those fights as the drifter.
Fair enough. Right, moving on. JJ24. This isn't meant to be a flex or anything. Operators are on par with Warframes thanks to all the power creep. I showed up to the last Archon fight and 5-shot it with my operator. The fight lasted all of 3 seconds.
What amp are you using? Give me your amp. Tell me your amp. I want your amp.
That's JJ24. JJ24. Xeno wants your amp. He wants to steal it from you, so hide it quick.
Yeah.
Eric Scansey. A lot of your complaints are the same complaints I saw from the Warframe Twitch community a few years back. The issue is your endgame complaints don't always match what casual players are feeling. Every time I log in, I have a ton of different things I can do. My arcanes aren't upgraded. I still haven't maxed out rep on Fortuna. I can go get a better pet companion. Arbitration still haven't dropped adaptation mod. I need more ribbons for Steel Path, ease, etc. A lot of times I think the people who can play the game for 8+ hours a day can kill games for people who can only fit in 30 minutes to an hour every other day because they haven't the loudest voices in the game's community. I think some good points in there. I do like the gist of what he's saying, but at the same time, I'm still
also on that.
I'm on most of those points. I mean, yeah, okay, I have an adaptation. There's probably things they have that I don't have. So I'm still trying to farm, and I still
what? Fuck! I wish we did. Did you check to see what we were saying? Did they put a timestamp?
No.
Please put timestamps. It helps us understand what you're replying to in our comments.
Oh wow! Xenographer.
Is that the name of the player?
Yeah, Xenographer. Graph Xenos.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So
they're coming for you to graph you.
Anyway, my point is, it's good if you put the timestamps because otherwise we don't necessarily know what you're applying to. The problem, So, but the big thing is, both Loz and I only have what, like, I don't know, maybe half an hour to an hour to play this a day.
I
Tops.
probably could prioritize it more and maybe make 2 hours every other day, sort of thing. Maybe at the weekends I could prioritize it more as well, but maybe in my new job I will have more free time. But I'm not 8 hours a day, sort of thing. You know.
God no. Like, both Loz and I have full-time jobs.
The only reason I'm playing the game right now is I didn't find 2 hours this week to play the game.
Yeah.
Because that's normally what I do. I play the game for at least 2 hours just to record footage, and I did not find it. That's why literally I'm playing this as we speak, because I just did not find time to find 2 hours to get some recording in.
Yeah. I mean, normally if I play Warframe, I'm playing Warframe with Nazeth during his streams, which is like, I don't know, it's anything between 2 to 4 hours. But that's my week. That's done. I'm not. I probably do not have the opportunity to come back to the game because I'm doing so many other things. Right. Anyone else?
Yeah. Got a couple
completely
more.
Respect your point, though. I will point out. Completely respect your
point.
No,
I do. Yeah, that's the thing. I think I actually replied to them on the actual episode. I do agree with the gist of their point, that especially that bit about the loudest people. The loudest people do affect the game, and casual people who might just be okay with most of it. And that's the other thing. Even if they're okay with it, most people don't, especially loudly, let the devs know, you did okay, keep the game as is. You know, that's not a comment that gets thrown. It's only the when people have problems that they complain, and they need to speak. People who are the silent majority is, a lot of people who are just happy with the game. So, yep. Okay, but I wouldn't say at the same time. The thing is, they said like a lot of your complaints, the same complaints I saw Warframe Twitch community years back, and that the issue with your endgame complaints don't always match what casual players are feeling. Like, I do feel we are not endgame super hardcore, super grinds. I mean, this Nell build, some people might notice I'm playing the Nell with the try and pew and then do unlimited bullets. It's only because I copied it from someone else's video. I don't know how I just don't even know how to make it better. It doesn't feel that good, and there's probably ways to make it better. I don't know.
I know
more mods.
I know one argument I have is always they should put the galvanized mods in Steel Path, but there's nothing to do with Steel Path. There's no reward. There's no incentive. And what are you supposed to do? I mean, I feel like with World of Warcraft, when in order to do, oh crap, what was it? Whatever Stratholme, the 5-man dungeon that was done as a 10-man raid.
Yeah.
Right. You need to be able to fight something better than you in order to get better yourself. But if you're too good to deal with something, you can't learn from that. You learn from making mistakes and things. But if you're not making mistakes, how could you get better? Right?
Yeah.
Read a book. I don't do that. I do practical. I learn from practicality, not from someone telling me what to do. I fucking suck at tests. It's kind of surprising I have a degree, but anyway.
Oh, look, a Harrow chassis blueprint. Wow, how rare.
Anyway.
Okay, last two ones. Edward Paddock. The New War Christmas 2019 was such a narrative disaster it eludes concise description. The few glimpses of what it could have been just served to highlight how awful the overall product was. It was by several orders of magnitude the worst experience I've ever had with Warframe, and it is quite high on my all-time list too. I'd be hard-pressed to imagine anything worse than what we got. It was a literal nauseating experience. It was bad, it was stupid, it was an insult to the players, it was bugged out, glitchy mess on top of everything else.
Okay, so I want to kind of give some defense here, because there is no way on earth what they produced in 2021 was anything that they had lined up for New War 2019, right?
Yeah, no. I think they're I'm dead. They are appreciating that. It's that the concept that was put forward for the 2019 New War was not what we got with the 2021 New War at all. It's a completely different thing.
Of course.
Of course. What do you mean, of course?
Well, I mean, I don't think Era was actually going to have a voice actor. Era was going to be a gargoyle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's completely different from what the final product turned out to be. But
Yeah, and that's what they're saying, is that there's two visions of the new war. There's the one that was shown in 2019, and then there's the one we received. And they're saying that just the literal concept, an idea of what was going to be put forward in that small 2019 trailer was more impressive than what we got with the actual 2021 one. That it's such a narrative
shift. The comment of it couldn't be worse.
Did they say
I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'd be hard pressed to imagine anything worse than what it is we got. I wouldn't focus on that. I just feel that's just vitriol, and just
But I honestly think it could be so much worse.
Yeah. Right, but alluding that,
just reuse animations from Second Dream, nothing but that.
The point they're saying though, which would you prefer? Do you prefer the 2021 New War we got, or would you have preferred more like the 2019 promised trailer sort of thing? A whole actual sentient invasion, Mother, focusing on the sentience and Lotus leading them kind of stuff, rather than, I don't even know what we got in some ways.
The 2019 one means nothing. I mean, Grandmother didn't exist at that point anymore.
But just because I know it was in the trailer as well. The key thing I'm focusing on, I'm trying to take from their point, is the whole sentient
invasion
legion. Yeah. Instead of Nama, yay Nama.
I mean, I'm going to say I prefer the 2021 one because it actually had substance to it.
Right, but no. Yeah, but that's not fair. The other one didn't get a chance.
If you're literally just asking, do you want a sentient invasion?
Yeah.
Well, the answer is yes. I mean, there's always a yes to that, right? Yeah. But we're never going to get one. Ever. Because they don't know how to handle them. Right? They don't know, I think they fucked up with the enemy, and they contextually writ them in such a nasty way that they just didn't know how to handle them. It's effectively like Super Borg, but everyone can shoot them and they die. But they're Super Borg!
Yeah, they're super tough, but you are the ultimate anti-them, but they're really super deadly, but not.
But a Grenier can do it!
Yeah.
With a shovel! Like, and then they need a leader. So instead of actually giving them their own unique leader, we'll take someone else. Like, yeah, they could have done it better, but at the same time, they could have just phoned it in and just done bloody Call of Tempestari again, and just alluded to everything. Oh, we can't forget.
Well, they kind of did.
Oh, Lucretia platform.
No, but they they totally did that though. The Lucretia platform we were like, oh god, what's the Lucretia platform? Whereas in the new war, it was the tiny fragile alliance that was created by the Tenno between the Corpus and the Grey. I'm like, what? The what did I do? The what? When?
Yeah,
what?
But that was said once at the very start.
Yeah, as was Lucretia platform.
No, Lucretia platform was referenced throughout the whole fucking thing.
No.
I remember
Okay, no. Hang on. No, Lucretia platform was only mentioned at the start. After then, Vala kept saying, my sisters, you killed my sisters, where's my sisters at? It's your fault.
No, I swear she says at one point, this is for Lucretia
platform. Yeah, maybe once other thing, but it's. I remember it being at the start and being like, God, let's hear more about that. Maybe we're going to learn more about that. We didn't. We did not.
Anyway.
Last one's from Zoogle. The art of fixing things with gold, because broken things have character and are more valuable, is called, I'm going to fail at saying this, Kintasukuri. Tsukurio. And I love it. The skin is okay though. And lastly, Zoogle says, actually, I'm super interested in if wearing orange lens glasses can fix the Cambrian drift for Xeno.
Yeah, but I probably wouldn't be able to read anything.
You don't need to read anything. It's just
fine.
You just. I used to have some, but I think I broke them. You'd be like, "Oh no, it's Cambrian drift level time," and you like, put your glasses on, and then it's like, "Oh no, I finished the level. Oh, we're going out on the Cambrian drift."
I don't know. Maybe I should get some like skiing goggles and just put them over my face. And yeah.
That's what I mean. Right, but that's it for those replies. Let's now move on to the memes. So all these memes are from the r/memeframe subreddit. Do check them out. There are links in the description of this video to all of these memes, so please go and check them out. We did not make any of these memes. We just appreciate them from a distance. There's also in the description a secret meme. Oh God, I remember what it was. There's a secret meme of the week. This is normally when I find a video on the meme frame subreddit, and obviously because we show stills, not videos, do check that out. And I find it was so short. In fact, you should go watch it now, Xeno. Can you get it? Can you watch it now? Oh my God, just watch it now. It's just so quick and so short. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love this one, so do check it out. So yes, and if you're ever looking for a bit of time to have some fun during the week, go and check out r/memeframe subreddit, because they're posting. I cannot literally show you. I show you like 6. There is at least normally about 80 to 100 in most good weeks. Some very hilarious people. Your face.
Sorry, I just realized what had happened. I watched it once. So I was just like, I don't. What's so good about it? So I had to replay it, and I was just like, oh my God, yeah.
There we go. Yeah. There's the description. So you have to go see it now. Anyway, so we've got the first one up there. It's been over a month, and I'm still a little upset about it. Me ready to punch Ballas's face in with my favourite stat stick. Paracesis required.
Oh God. Yeah. I reckon Ballas was supposed to like help us in the original, but yeah, let's
We've already had that little bit. Meme number 2. The cube! The cube! It's show and tell, children. What did you bring? The cube! The cube! The cube! No!
What the fuck?
So, oh God, what is this? This is Perry Bible Fellowship, who made loads of little short, funny comics like this, and it's just, yeah. They're always sometimes with a very dark twist. Yep.
Okay.
So there we go.
Okay.
The third one.
All right, next one.
Finally, an original meme with my own gameplay. Trying to understand why people use Hydroid.
Yeah.
Meme number 4. Hashtag fashion frame.
What the fuck? Okay.
Have you not seen that meme format?
I have seen the meme format. It's kind of weird.
They're implying that most people use black, gold, and white, and that's it for their fashion frame. Yeah, I don't get why there's not red. There's people in the comments. I'm like, yeah, add some red in there. That's what I want. Yeah, but then there's obviously the most people. You could do this also just black and red. A lot of people just use black and red. Moving on to that, we also have the meme number 5. A Warframe be like Superman Prime.
Oh my God! What the fuck even?
I can see a Green Lantern ring on there, so I assume it's something to do with that.
Oh my fucking God! Is there a Green Lantern ring on there?
On his right finger. I was right. There's a Green Lantern ring.
Okay.
And he's only the sun or something. I have no idea. Anyway, and then final meme of the week, meme number 6.
He is the sun. Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Wall Street, not a good day on the index for Neff and his brokers.
Oh, that was amazing.
I love that one. It's so good.
It's so fucking good.
Yep.
Right.
So that's it for the memes. We'll now move on to the final section of this week's, which is the community shoutouts.
Right. Okay. So the first one we have is Excalibur by a name I cannot pronounce because half of it's Korean.
Akyu.
No. Half of it is Korean.
Yeah, but it's between the hyphens, so I'm just going to go with the Akyu. It's still a beautiful picture.
Yeah. Can't remember the name of the skin, but it's still Excalibur. Right.
Yep.
The next one is Oberon Feark by Andre Jane.
Harmony disturbed, a punishment follows. Exalted sword this, exalted sword that. Exalted stick to punish people who ruin your lawn.
Yep. Right. Next, we have the Tenant Archiplasmor by John Berg. It's finally finished. It looks amazing. It actually has a reloadable ammo cartridge. Damn.
We should have him on the show.
We already have!
I know. It's the joke.
God damn it. What are you... Not today, Loz. Not today.
Oh, okay.
We're already wound up too tight.
Okay. I mean, this is just amazing. I think, did we see the early stuff for this? Was it this?
No, he showed us the Titron.
The Titron, right?
The big hammer.
So
would...
Yeah. So I just want to say, so obviously there's one image there. Just so everyone knows, there are links in the description to all these shoutouts. Do go to the tweet on this. This is the 3rd community shoutout, and you can click through other pictures of it with just some close-ups on the... Oh, God. I was just seeing it. Corpus holographic plates will be added later when I get a CNC machine. Oh, my God, it's going to make this even better. But there's...
lathe.
I don't even know what that is, that machine is, but still, it's just like, oh,
it's a
God.
lathe.
What, a CNC machine?
Yeah, it's a lathe.
Cool. Anyway.
You know, it mills metal and shit like that.
Well, he's going to just... Do you know, in the end, John's just going to end up making guns at this rate. So in the end, he's going to be like, you know what, I decided to move on and enhance this even further by just developing the technology to make plasma weaponry.
Yep. The 4th community shout-out is a Evara Deluxe idea by Carl Tabora.
Unofficial Warframe Deluxe skin concept made for Evara, but could possibly fit other frames too.
I actually kind of like to see it as its own individual frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the simplicity. See, I like this the majority of the frame is quite simple, but then you've got the skirt being quite similar to like Trinity's, but then expanding on it, and there's a tail as well. I think that's kind of cool.
The next one...
It could like go into Sharkwing and not need Narkwing, and it just is a frame.
Yeah.
That'd be
cool. If that was ever a thing. So
Sharkwing, yeah.
The 5th community shout out is Happy New Year by Joe. So there's actually 2 versions of this image. So
it's a little late though. Antithetical couplet means every void relic have gold, every day sortie get Riven mod. The network is good.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I did translate the Chinese and it did say Happy New Year.
Oh, no, so yeah, there's the Happy New Year, but there's also the 2 signs down the side, and so one of them is every void relic have gold, every day sortie get Riven mod. Yeah. That's cool. Lovely art. Oh my God, that's beautiful.
The 6th community shout out is Octavia by...
Vorpalesis?
Yeah.
Vorpalesis.
Vorpalesis?
Vorpalesis.
Not entirely sure how to pronounce that name. Vorp.
No new art yet, but I have a gift I made for my bro at Allo Markaloo for Christmas. It's his Octavia's fashion frame. It says Merry Christmas without the H. Christmas. Love the
Moving on, we have a 7th community shout out, which is Operator and... Yeah.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't load that one up. Oh, wow.
I added this early on when we were recording. So this is Operator and Umbra by Niram. Ooh. So we've had some of Niram's stuff earlier. We've actually had some of Joe's stuff as well, and Carl Tabora and John Berger. But this caught my eye just as we started recording. I'm like, I have to add this in.
Pas de Deuce 3. Deuce.
Yeah, I don't do the French, so
it's a strange, long, dead, forgotten language.
Yep.
I'm not being mean. I'm making a Futurama reference.
Yes, I got that.
So they replied in the pose. It's a pose from a Romeo and Juliet ballet. There's a follow-up thing to it, and it's like, so they did that pose in it. I was like, because it just feels weird the way the Umbra's holding it. I assume either that's because they do the lifting from the thing. So I mean, it's just beautiful though. The detailing, I love me some detailing, and those wings, beautiful. Right, but that's it for the community shoutouts. That's it for this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. It's been lovely having everyone listen to my rant. Sorry, I lost my shirt. Sorry, I complained about everyone in the thingy as well.
I
think we're just frustrated because we both wanted more. We need more meat.
Are we starving?
We are starving.
Has the food tax hit us that bad that we're starved not only for food but for content?
Well, we are sustained by food or Warframe content, and because the food that's the thing. Normally, in times of content drought, we just survive on food. But now there is no food in the UK, so we are now starving.
So maybe a machinima would sustain us.
Which is in our dark times, maybe.
Only if. Right, we'll see everyone next week. Goodbye. Bye.